Alright, this video is part 2 of me using local AI to link to OpenClaw. Now, last week I left you showing you how absolutely speedy this MacBook Pro, it's a MacBook Pro that was from 2021, even before AI started becoming a thing. And it's so perfect because it's so quick. It has 64 gigs of unified memory. The problem is I'm having this issue right here where it's not talking to my OpenClaw. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use VS Code linked up to Claude Code, which is basically the same as OpenClaw, because at this point you can get it to work using your Claude Code subscription, and after you've done that you'll be able to actually have it control your computer. So I actually want this to debug my OpenClaw, which is actually quite fun. Alright, so that's it. I've just authorized it with the OAuth. So VS Code with Claude Code plugin is actually insane. So for those of you still using Client, you're wasting your money because you can literally just do this instead. So let me tell it exactly what's happening. So I'm telling it I have set up LM Studio and I'm trying to connect it to OpenClaw. I've set up both perfectly on this Mac, but I keep getting errors inside OpenClaw. Can you test the endpoint, please? So what it's actually going to do, it's actually going to do things. It's literally a bit like OpenClaw. VS Code with Claude Code is a little bit like OpenClaw. It's literally able to do tests and to actually run things on your computer. It's actually a bit of a secret, to be honest. So Claude Code is asking for the exact error, and I'm going to give. So here's the error. I'm just going to send it to Claude Code and see what he says. So it's saying I shouldn't have left the API key as empty. That was my mistake. Let's try fixing that now. To fix that, I'm going to go to the software I built called Claw Launcher. It lets you install, run, and stop OpenClaw and much more. Use it without the terminal. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into settings here and go to Setup Wizard. That's going to open up the questionnaire. You know that questionnaire you get at the beginning when you first install OpenClaw? This one here. Now I'm going to answer all of these questions, but this time I'm going to put a random API key. I'm going to jumble a few letters and hopefully that will solve the problem. Right, so I'm going to go to Manual, Update Values, Local, Workspace, and now I'm going to choose LM Studio again. Oh, I pressed the wrong freaking one. Back. Oh, thank God you can go back. Alright, LM Studio. And now I'm going to choose, I'm going to plug in something, blah, blah. So you just have to type something here. Don't make the same mistake as me and leave that empty. Even if you've set the API key as empty on LM Studio, definitely type something in there. Hopefully this is going to work now. Alright, so Claude Code is basically saying that I need to switch this thing on. Serve on local network. I forgot to switch this on. Perhaps this will solve the problem. Let's see. Alright, apparently the error is that OpenClaw JSON has thinking to on or off, but LM Studio requires a different value like this. So that's what's causing the problem. So look, Claude wants to fix it. I could let him fix it. You know what? Let me just let him fix it. You know what? I just let Claude Code just make the change in the OpenClaw JSON file just to fix it so we can actually get it to freaking work. So he's fixing it. It's actually quite funny to have to use Claude Code to fix OpenClaw. I think that's a bit funny, but it's worth it. It's worth it because then we're going to get OpenClaw to work with this. It's restarting the gateway. Guys, insane news. We finally got OpenClaw to work with LM Studio. It's happening right now. Let's see how quickly it responds after the first response. My name is Daniel. Let's just see how long it takes to respond to this. Now, up till now, I've had it go so slowly. It's driving me a bit crazy. I'm going to figure this out. I'm telling you, I'm going to figure this out, how to get this thing to just move quickly. Okay, so here we go. Got it, Daniel. Okay, so he's responding. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty quick. That wasn't too slow. Alright, apparently some of the problems of the speed are coming from all of these skills, which I'm not even using right now. They're all switched on by default. So I'm just going to switch them all off. And that way, it should answer a lot quicker just by default. Don't you guys think it's hilarious that I'm using Claude Code inside of VS Code to fix OpenClaw? I've told Claude Code to switch off all of these things here. You might actually see them switch off live, actually, to be honest. Oh, here we go. He's just literally restarted the terminal. Claude Code is doing all the hard work in the background to just switch all of those things off for me because I can't be bothered to do them one at a time, just so that we can test as to see how fast OpenClaw can react to LM Studio's local Gemma 4. All right, back to Claw Launcher, the desktop app that lets you run OpenClaw and install it and create system restore points. So here we are, we're back. Let's just check how many skills are still on. So we have quite a few of them off. There's a lot of them on. I'm going to start switching them on. Apparently having these on OpenClaw causes a delay in the actual response time for OpenClaw, meaning that if you have these on, even if your context is very low, this still can cause delays in the response, even if you're using fast like internet, or even if you're using your own meaning online cloud APIs. So let's see if this is true or not. I'm about to discover this, if this is actually true. All right, that's about all of them off. Let's try chatting now again. Let's see how long it takes. Hey, you. This is live. I'm not going to cut it out this time. I'm going to let you see how long it actually takes to respond to me. And you can see on LM Studio here on this other screen, whenever something's happening to LM Studio, meaning when it's getting a request, this log starts moving over here. So let me just clear the logs. So as you can see, there's no logs here. So even though it looks like it's doing something, it hasn't actually sent anything to LM Studio yet, which basically means that there's a huge delay right now coming from OpenClaw to LM Studio. Here we go, and it's only just started processing the request. So you can see the processing prompt section here. It's processing all of the information coming from OpenClaw. Not as quick as I would have liked. What's it called? Claude Code told me to reduce the context length. Might try that in a second. All right, so I'm expecting a response now because it's got to 100%. I'm doing great, ready to help you. Okay, cool. Let's try reducing the context length. Let's try 32,000. All right, so it's saying, even though I've got all of this RAM, still I should only keep the context to 32,000, which is pretty annoying. Fine. Let's just do, let's do what it's saying. It's saying to, I've set it to 32,000, yeah? Now I'm going to reload the model. All right, let's try again now. Hi. Now with 32,000 context, let's see what happens. All right, still a bit slow. This is not pleasing. All right, I've spoken to Claude Code about my settings, and he's telling me I need to change the batch size to 2048. So let's go do that. So as you can see here, the batch size here is 512. Let's do 2048, and then that's all. Let's test it again. Let's reload to apply settings. Once it's ready, I'm going to type a message, and hopefully this will be a little bit quicker. Alright, apparently the auto compaction that OpenClaw does causes the prompt to never get cached into memory, which is why it has to restart thinking every single time you send a new message, which is basically why it's so slow. But this isn't. Let's test it. Let's see if it's true. Let's try sending two messages. So obviously the first message is going to send an entire 15,000 context message, but the second message should run off cache. Like the second and third message should be instant. Let's check this now. If this works, we are done. If it doesn't work, we're going to have to make a part 3 to this series. All right, fantastic. This is the first message. Let's try the second message, and let's see if the prompt caching is working or not. If not, we're going to have to call this a day and make a part 3. Yes, it still looks like there's no prompt caching. It's taking forever to load. See you in part 3. Bye for now.